Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They said Saint Nick, but you got a bit in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, in my back, yeah. They said Saint Nick, but you got a bit in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, in my back, yeah. Frozen, neck is frozen. Catch me rolling, I'm the chosen. Snow is falling, Elfie's calling. Check my list twice, most of y'all done. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They say Saint Nick, but you got a bit in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, in my back, yeah. They said Saint Nick, but you got a bit in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, in my back, yeah. Yasha, Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen. Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. No, I can't forget about the one with the red nose. When I fly high, my sleigh still stay 10 toes. Bring the beat, bring the cheese, put the lights up. 'Tis the season. Need no Grinch types, no Ebenezer. Don't believe this. Y'all need cheese. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They said Saint Nick, but you got a bit in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, in my back, yeah. They said Saint Nick, but you got a bit in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, in my back, yeah. They said Saint Nick, but you got a bit in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, in my back, yeah. They said Saint Nick, but you got a bit in that bag. I got racks in my sack, in my bag. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Christmas is coming, yeah. Start sending your letters off to Santa. Christmas is coming, yeah. Better be nice if you want your present. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Christmas is coming, yeah. Staying up late looking out the window, yeah. Christmas is coming, yeah. Spotting some sleigh rides and some jingle bells. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Christmas is coming, yeah. Roasting some chestnuts on the fire, yeah. Christmas is coming, yeah. Celebration and surprises. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Ooh, yeah. Tell all your brothers, sisters, and mama and papa too.
have been hitting that like button. I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
A little early, Sean. Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with the Road Dog. Sunday night, an adventurous day, crazy day. Lots of capitulative thoughts out there to, oh my gosh, it's the bottom. It's time to sell. Kind of see that going on. Last night when we left the show, was it this one? I didn't move you, did I? It may have been I may have moved the arrow. No, here it is. Last night at the show, we were somewhere over here, and I was leaning toward that this Fibonacci, this little 0.5 could probably hold us. And I don't know where that was. Yeah, it actually came down and touched it after the show. I think we were still up here. I was leaning toward that one. We also pointed out this one down here, which was a 2.7 or a 6. From that person, it's a different one from that pool, I think, or 618 down here as a secondary. But I was really leaning that maybe we could catch here and still stay, but we did, and it was a lower high and all that. Earlier in our free trading community, this morning after I saw that we lost that, I was like, great, what's our new area? So I went in there and posted this little guy. I'm trying to be a little, updated a little bit more often. Where did I put that? Open trade setups. Yeah, I've posted some things over there. Some things about tax loss harvesting and whatever. We'll get there. I think it was this guy. Yeah, just saying that's probably the next area that we're going to try to come down to. Now, I think this is kind of interesting because these are bottom territories for the fib levels that we're looking. And we can take a look at that. A lot of people are kind of really confused by this market. Oh, look at the women. Oh, hello, girls. They seem to be very confused. Like, for instance, I was just kind of briefly watching one earlier tonight, and they were being very, very bearish overall and stuff. And I don't know, they got out the fancy thing over here that I haven't used it in a while. I want to use it. I got to use it. Let me use it. Let me show you what I saw. I heard this comment that says, only if you know how to read these charts. Anybody who really knows how to read these charts will know that this is going to the downside. And we had something like that, and then I remember seeing something like this drawn. Actually, wait a minute. I think it was this gorgeous call over here by this dude. Where was it? I put it in the student chart room because it's a perfect. I watched for teaching moments, and by golly, I got another one. I've got two of them today. Yeah, it was this. And this is, if you know how to read the charts, you know how this plays out. Head and shoulder to the downside. Group, my 13 people are hanging out here. I mean, does anybody know what I say about top patterns at bottoms? Have you heard me say that before? Because I keep saying it. I keep saying it. To the downside, almost a guarantee. We're so confident, so bold. That's what's going to happen. Here we are. So my thing was more supporting evidence why not to use top patterns at bottom areas. This is Pugaski talks about this. If I try to encourage you to get your education, you watch me. If you want to, that's cool. But if you really want the bare bones information that you should be basing everything off of, a good foundational place for pattern trading and all the details that all the gurus are claiming to know, but this is I'm giving you the gold mine right here. Thomas Bukowski. Just go to thepatternSide.com. It's a free site. If you get hooked on him, you can order his books or whatever. I mean, I got hooked on him, and so that's how I kind of learned what I know. And I don't know everything. He knows a lot more than I do. I still need to probably do a refresher on this old big old encyclopedia chart patterns. But we got the patternsite.com. We can pull up at any time just to check things, get accurate information and statistics, because he did all the work for us. He didn't just pull it out of his ass like a lot of YouTubers like to do, apparently, and use them in the wrong way. See, the thing is, if this is a shoulder, head and shoulder to the downside, that's a top reversal pattern. That means they come into play. We look for these at tops. This is not a top. I pretty much anymore, if I'm watching somebody and they call that stuff, I'm like, long. I don't recommend that because it can still come down. It may actually come down here. It could. It can. There's other signs saying, "Oh, we're not out of the fire just yet." But this pattern, no. And I'm sorry. I got to take my. I'm here to try to set the record straight for all the bullshit out here and sloppy stuff and if you don't know it, you don't know. That's right. You just keep learning stuff that's probably not. It's like eating junk food. You're doing stuff that's not healthy for you. You can have better results. Right now, I kind of like this idea. I'm on a 3-minute time frame. Let's zoom out. I'm on a 6-minute now. So, but I will say this. Now, we have prices coming down and we're having support. We can look for a local bottom pattern. That is true. You can if you're at a good, strong area of support. And I think that we are, and that we're going to try to justify this. The best way I've seen to approach technical analysis, which leads into better trading, is that you got to make an argument. It's kind of like you're building a case, like you're a prosecuting attorney or something. You got to build an argument, or a scientist doing the scientific. You got to build an argument why you think this is going to happen, and it needs to have something behind it. So let's see what kind of argument we can build here. First one I'm going to say is that I don't like being on the daily this close to the cloud. That could spell trouble. It could. We got to acknowledge that. Doesn't mean we got to freak out now though, because we still got a little parachute going on right here called the 50 moving average. It saved us one time right here, and maybe it can save us again off of this. We may even mess around. I do want to point out that as of this moment, the 9 moving average has not crossed the 21 moving average. And if you really know about moving averages and use a 5 moving average strategy like that, if you know about multiple moving averages and bands and all that, you know that the crossings and that matters. That's something that should be, it should be understood if you want to get the most mileage out of this. Other than saying, we're just far away from this moving average, or we're going to wait for this one to come up. There's things that we can do, but there's so much more that these things will tell you if you listen. And all I'm trying to do is, maybe some of you guys already know this, but there's a lot of people that don't, because my gosh, I'm seeing them give their money away every month for a bunch of bullcrap information. Trendline, oh trendline, be a friend of me. Trendline, oh trendline, don't be an enemy. 80,000, could it? You can see an argument for it. You can also see, if you follow the channel idea, you can also see another area somewhere around 87 that might possibly catch and hold if we decide to go down there. That's touching that cloud. The cool thing I would say about that Ichimoku cloud, if I can move this price tag out of the way there so we can see it. At this point in the game, as bullish as we are, we can come down into the cloud and ricochet off of it. I'm not negating that idea either. A lot of people are turning really bearish, and I gotta keep telling you, right back here, back in December of 2020, I remember this well. But we were also very bearish in December. Can we actually see the day? I know a lot of times when I pull this up, I've got little characters standing in the way of my dates and you can't see it. We had a good December, 4 years ago. We get a pump along the same lines of what we did. It was just around the 21st, we were kind of sideways, or, down, had a drop, and we were sideways for the rest of the week until Christmas was over with, and then we resumed to the upside. Now, things do look a little bit different. We don't have the exact same setups here and the indicator relationships that we had back there, but this is still, well, Christmas after the halving, when we would normally get 3 very good green months, October, November, December, green months. And now think back to October. It didn't feel like it for the longest time, did it? No, it didn't. Now think about November. That's kind of crazy too. And then toward the end of it, we're just going, oh hell, November. Was it Moonvember? Yeah, and it got us started in the right direction. And then we get a pullback to where we were at the start of this month, and everybody's freaking the hell out. I mean, I don't like it. Once you see those numbers hit that high level and then you see them come back down, and you're like, I don't feel good about this no more. And it's like, that's a sign that, well, we probably need to take a little bit more profits when they're up there instead of just admiring them so much. That's kind of what I've been picking up on, because that crap dropped, didn't it? Like, whoa! I'm like, well, honey, I guess we're going back to eating bologna today. She don't need to know, right? Shh. She don't need to know. The truth is that I'm still at the level that I was at March, when we peaked back in March, and we thought we were still going to keep coming up to the levels we are now. My portfolio is holding out at above where I was there, like the top there, before we dumped and went through all that crap. So when you look back, you're probably a lot better than what you think. It's just that you're kind of down a little bit because, well, altcoins got smashed. I'm sure you guys know that. That's the worst part of the portfolio, really. That is one reason that I do recommend that we kind of hang on to a little bit more Bitcoin and try to get some more Bitcoin. And Bitcoin being below $100,000 is a straight up gift. I promise you, in about 6 months from now, you're going to look and say, man, 90 something thousand that was cheap. Oh my God, that was cheap. Helen, why didn't you buy more? It'll happen. I know it sounds crazy, but now we don't want to get too bullish, though. No, I'm not trying to get you too bullish. I mean, they're going to go through a shakeout. Now, can they come lower? Yeah, they can, and they might. I don't know if they will or not. We have to watch and see, but there are some kind of things to look at. And altcoins, as you know, if this is truly Bitcoin season, which I am still predicting, we'll kind of look at the charts and update it, but I still think Bitcoin dominance is going to lead Bitcoin to still in the cycle. But I mean, it doesn't ruin altcoins, but it does hamper them. But we'll see. We'll see. But I guess if you were going to capitulate, if you were in a similar situation where you're still at your highs at, say, March, 6 months ago or whatever, how many months ago that was, more than 6, I could see how that might be a little, that voice might have some reason for you. Remember, if you do say you do want to de-risk a little bit at this point, I mean, it sucks to have to do it at the bottoms, right? But I mean, if that's what you're trying to do, you don't have to do it all. You could do 50% or 25% if you choose to go that way. I often find that if there is a little bit confusion, just a little bit, and then watch it. If it starts going a lot worse, then you can do a little bit more. But if she starts turning back around, well, you got a little dry powder to wait for your opportune time, maybe to start getting back in, or even just the DCA in. That would not be a bad idea if you feel like this market is trying to hand your ass to you. Hopefully you guys are doing fairly well. We'll take a look at some altcoins and everything tonight, but first I just want to say hello to everybody. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Grateful to have you here. 21 beautiful people, wonderful people staying with me. Duality Crypto, how's it going? We got Chris Klein, Floki's Angels, that is a cool name. Dave P, how's it going, Dave? I got a double dipper on Duality Crypto. We got some dude named Road Dog trying to shill some CoinEX whatever. We loves it. Great for small cap, all cap degens. Freaking grifter. Oh, there's another one. Oh my God, are you spamming my chat? Crypto.com exchange off ramp Visa debit card. That Visa debit card is a game. You don't have one, you don't know. You're missing out on this game. I'm telling you. Did you know that you just moved money over there? Do you guys have a way to take advantage of your profits, or you kind of go back through Coinbase into your bank account? That is so last cycle. That is so last cycle. Going back through Coinbase and going through your old bank account and stuff. There's some good other ways that are popping off now. Crypto.com, they've been around since last cycle with that little card that they got. I don't have one to show you, but you get a little credit card, and you can load that. It's a debit card. It's a debit card. There's no credit checks, nothing like that. It works just like your bank account, but you got crypto. You control it. It's yours. Paid for Christmas. I'm just saying, So Crypto.com, yeah, check that out. And I think Coinbase, they also have a debit card. Look, there's more debit card offers around, and soon, I swear to God, I see those. Those are coming. Wallets, like the wallet developers hooking up with Visa and or MasterCard, doing it straight from your own wallet. Yeah, my spidey senses tell me that's where things are going in this decentralized world, and that sounds cool. You are in control of your own. It's basically your own personal Visa debit card, and I'm sure there'll be a fee or something charged to have it, and it would have to be doxed on those wallets so that you could actually receive the card. Or maybe they could do it even a version that's I don't know. There's a lot of things that down the pipelines, if we get the right regulation. Brings me to another topic that I want to talk about. I tell you what, let me mention this so that I don't. If I forget it, you can bring me back to it. Okay? Does that sound fair? That sound cool? Can we do that? I thought you was going to say hi to everybody. Oh gosh, darn it, Sean! You let me chase a squirrel. It was funny too. You was chasing, you're running like on a little cage. Random Trader says, Road Dog, good to see you. Hey, good to see you too, man. Sub, I'm hooked on the pattern site. Oh, I'm glad. Oh, see, you're going to change your life right there. I'm telling you. You spend your time there, and I know it's I know it's not the most fanciest thing, but it's free, and it's got all the alpha, and man, it made a difference. It made a difference. That's the education you need. That's your textbook. If you're enrolled into the Road Dog School of Thought on TA, then that's your textbook. That's your textbook right there. Patternsite.com. Once you make a few dollars, you might want to get you the actual book, the paper version, although you don't have to. There's also a digital version of that somewhere in our free trading community. You have to go there and look for it. It's probably pinned or something, but I don't want to give away any kind of copyright thing. You can borrow it, but you must bring it back. Does that make sense? Make sure you upload that PDF back. What? Obama Millis. I'm 1 year older now. Hey, congratulations. Happy birthday. No. It's a birthday. Where's the ukulele? Where's the guitar? I should have been ready for that. We need something for that. All I can offer at this moment is some nice fireworks. I think they have music. A nice round of applause. And a rocket to the moon. Happy birthday. Obama Millis. I feel broke now that it came down, but somehow still up. I understand that feeling. I can relate. It's like and I think we were talking about this last night about how when that number starts going up, your portfolio and your net worth starts going up, your thinking patterns start changing, and it starts messing with you a little bit. You start, thinking these bolder thoughts and bigger dreams and this and that, and you need pullbacks like this to kind of bring you back to the reality. And because you're like, oh well, crap, I can't do that now. Shoot. All right, Jesus, I got the picture. I see. We need these little lessons, and also help us figure out how to hold on to more of that the next time it pumps up, right? That's my goal anyway. Liberty Marshmallow 1981 says learning and living. That's the way to lie. Yes! I'll give you some cowbell for that. Not to detract from your birthday, here's some birthday cowbell. Everybody needs some cowbell. Birthday cowbell. Oh yes, the lovely fireworks. Thanks. All right, everybody, let's start getting into the show here. Now, there's something that I want to go over that, besides this, I think it was over, I put it over here in the lounge. I was watching Crypto Ran earlier today, and he touched on something I've been pondering about too and looking at, or thinking over, and it's about the revenue sharing protocols. Now, with Trump coming in, and I didn't watch him all on this, but this kind of mingles with what I'm looking at too. With Trump coming in, the new regulation, and we know he is pro crypto and he is actively investing in crypto and trying to make things favorable for it here in the US. That's his whole goal. So we got 4 years of possible goodness, depending on, you know, how bad that the Senate kind of, I think we might be okay. But anyway, we got a good chance to get some good regulation in there that will take away those roadblocks and choke point 2.0 things that have been happening to us for the last 4 years. They did a number on us. I'm sorry, this current administration was out to kill crypto, and they damn near did, and they hurt us, and they didn't care. They were trying to save their ass and the bankers' asses, and that's just the truth and the real on it. But now they're going to, there are some of these protocols. I remember Uniswap came out, and the whole thing that I wanted to keep my airdrop in Uniswap was because they were supposed to share the fees and the revenues. They're going to put it, you know, like if you staked it or if you just held it, it's like you would get, you know, like UBI, Universal Basic Income or something, like it would have a return, almost like a dividend in a way. And then that just freaked Gary Gensler all the freak out, and then we got certain securities being slapped onto everybody. So they'll figure that out, because that's legit. It's like a garden, man. You're going to get something in return from it. You need to be able to take those fruits and do something with it. Okay, it's a co-op kind of thing. A co-op community is a decentralized co-op, basically. But we removed those, and then these are going to get some attention, and there's already some whales out there starting to buy those. And so I'd like to I don't know if I'll do it this stream, but I want to start focusing on some of these. And I do have some of these, but Athena, Maker, or MakerDAO, Aerodrome, Aave, talk about that one a lot, Uniswap, Radium, Lido, Jido, and I went with Jupiter instead of Jido. Do I need to switch that? Layer Zero, Camino, Velodrome, Cow. I've been seeing Cow just jumping off the chain, and I was like, I don't get it. What is it? We're going to look at Cow. I'm going to look at Cow. I'm not familiar with that one. That one's still got a low revenue analyzed right now, so it's got room to grow. That might be something worth getting in. Synthetics, really? All right. I forgot about that one. They had some big plans for that one last cycle. Yeah, they were going to tokenize stocks, and they were tokenizing stocks, and I think they got in trouble for it, Synthetics, because you can do that. And guess who's going to be tokenizing stocks? Well, they'll probably lift the rules at some point, because they will be doing it. They're going to tokenize this whole legacy market. There's going to be so many dang things out here tokenized. We're going to be tokened freaking to death, like we're not already. It's going to be the world is changing slowly, but it's changing. We're on the right side of it. Vertex Protocol, not familiar with them, and Merchant something, we'll have to figure that one out. I'm not familiar with them, but I wanted to mention this and give Rand Crypto Bouncer a shout out, because you know, that's a good channel to watch for alpha. Sheldon does good. Sometimes he gets a little ballsy and jumps out there, a little DJ after my little own heart, but Sheldon's a good teacher. A lot better than some, you know, a lot better than the one I complain about. But if you're looking for a good example of a good teacher, I mean, Sheldon over there, he's got a good grasp of this market and everything. A little ballsy sometimes, but he knows his game, right? So I can't say anything bad about Sheldon or even Rand, other than, I don't know, there's some pumping up things talked about a while back. Get out of those bad habits. Got him a nice studio though. Dang, that thing's kind of fancy. Wish I had a fancy studio. All I got's a green sheet, but it's my green sheet that I can make it look like anything I want it to, even a turkey head. Well, kinda. So Bitcoin, Bitcoin on the daily, finding some support on the 50 moving average, ladies and gentlemen. That is this blue line that is coming up, touching it, double tapping it for a little love bump right there, just to give a little scoochie stooch on the rear end to start the week off. Scooch you off, baby. Let's see if we can do something better. Let's see if we can make all the scared flopping gropers out there. Dang, man. But I like I said, I don't want to be too bullish right now. Now, if you go to the weekly, which we should probably look at since this is the weekly, we've got some signs of concern here. There are some signs of concern here, but there's also some really good bullish signs that I can show with you that unless you're familiar with how these moving averages actually work, you might miss that. I'm sorry, I was just reiterating a theme that I saw tonight. I really like it when I zoom out because it reminds me of, ooh, that might be just a little too local. We want to keep our ideas. No, it's a deviation. That's cool. Bigger time frames tell you lots of things. Look at that. See that? Do you see that? What the hell is it, Helen? He just drew a line up there in thin air. let me tighten that little guy up. Because we got something right there. We just got a nibble. I think we've seen this before, but we haven't seen it to where prices now. But we did discover something, I believe. Let me tighten it up. Make sure. Reel it in. Candle bodies to candle bodies. Get that angle. Get the angle. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one because that's too much eye candy right now. All right, we're going to take this angle. We're going to put it right here. See if we got anything. I want to see some confidence on this angle. Oh, candle body. But you see that? I do this just to double check. It's kind of like a little, you see how these candle bodies just open and close right beneath it? I take that. Okay, that was, and the wick came down to it. I take that. That's probably our heart line, kind of a midline kind of idea. Come up here. Oh, we kind of nice little clearance there. That's kind of, but put it right on top of this top candle. And now we got a trend line that is not confirmed. Did we touch it? Did we touch? Oh well, then maybe, I don't know. What I'm looking for is the possibility: is this going to be support now? Could it be? It could be. It can be. And I'm going to watch that guy. Now, I'm not going to put as much. I know that price travels in channel. I know that these channels have tops. And I think we found a midline here. Maybe that's the top line. I don't know. But I go to the candle top on the weekly that we got, and it makes sense that that would be it, right? I don't like this, so I can't really, I don't have solid bodies under here like it just laid on top of it confirmed. It's more like it just blasted through there. So, but I can run with that. And if I stretch it back here, I can see should be able to see some kind of confluence, I would hope. Maybe, sort of, kind of, maybe close your eyes and blink twice. It may be one of those situations. Maybe I'm imagining things, but I like this little trick. It gives me a little hopium that maybe this area, as crazy as it seems, could hold. We found two areas just with trend lines alone that tell us that maybe it could. And look, we're at 95,897. And I swore the guru that is right 90% of the time said we were going to 93 in like 30 minutes or something like that. That's crazy. 1 hour. Oh, I see a little flip flop. I see where we lost it. That was not cool. We need to change the color on that. I got too much red on the screen here. But you see, okay, so this line seems to have some respect. I believe, you don't have to believe me, but we're going to try it out. And if it's right, then I'm going to say, told ya. I'm not like that. But we were on the weekly before we got all crazy. That's how we found that, right? We just kind of zoomed in on it. So this angle here. But now I was wanting to go over our indicators, okay? But while we're on the weekly, I want to point out some other things that are bullish. We just found that with trend lines on the weekly, right? That should be relative. This trend line should be, even though, I don't have enough touches to be too strong. And it might be on the smaller time frames, but just the fact that it's on the weekly time frame makes it stronger than not. I'll put it that way. Look at this Grand Ichimoku cloud. She is ready to ride us hard and put us up wet. She is not ready to. This party is not over on the weekly time frame. This party is just getting started on the weekly, is what Ichimoku cloud says. And she's a party girl. I know. I watch her party all the time. She's crazy. She puts lampshades on so many body parts, and I don't know how they can stick there. But anyway, they got the tassels. We got the 360, the 200, the 100. We got the moving averages all in the right order. Just pouring it on us, baby. We're above the non-moving average. Now, we might come back and touch that because when we retest on these bigger time frames, that's often what we see. Now, that is sitting, or as we speak right now, about $90,600. That could happen. We could wick down there real quick, maybe tomorrow or maybe Monday or Tuesday. Decide we're just going to wick you down one more time and pew, and then race you to the upside. It could happen. It might happen. Let's see what other indicators are saying. These are the ones we got to kind of be a little bit more mindful of. These are the ones that are being just a wee bit more bearish, if you will. Because you see the stochastics were up here at the top. That's this little line here on this market cipher indicator. And it's coming to the downside. Now, it can find levels in here and catch, and we can flip-flop. So don't get that twisted. That can happen. I don't rely on the stochastics as much as some other people do, because they can do stuff like this. She flip-flopped right here. She was coming down, and she decided not to, and she came down, decided not to, and then she really did. She's coming down, she decided not to, and she decided to go right back up there and go back to it again. So you can't, just because they're flipping down doesn't mean that they're going automatically coming down to the bottom. You can't think, especially at this point in the market, you can't think that way. We're in the middle of the bull run. You can't be thinking like that, because the bull run does this stuff. Bull run does this stuff. And so I would expect that we might get a good flip up. We got plenty of money flow in the green. Lots of green. We like the green. The green gets us hopium. VWAP is coming down though. She's being that way in the wave table. So I mean, there is a pullback. Don't get it twisted, but it can be red light, green light, where we just pull back, pop up, that kind of thing. It does not mean that this is all over. But now the MACD though, the MACD. Now she's got some more. I got to respect this one. And now this week she leveled off over here, and she's got some lighter green, lighter blue candles, and they're going down. Now that one makes me. It's on the weekly, and I promised myself that whenever I get this, that I'm going to pay attention to this on the weekly, because every time that I have not, it has spanked my ass. This is one of the keys to catching the tops of the market, and it's going to look like this. Now, I don't personally believe that this is the top, but it's also really stupid of me every time that I ignore these little guys. Remember, we did this on something else on a daily, wasn't it? Before it would have saved us a lot of headache on all that downside all summer. But now, this is what it did. This is what it did earlier in January, and this is what it could be also doing. See, she also is topping out and coming down, but then she duck lipped on us. So we are in a duck lip territory possibility. We're just now showing the signs over here, which is by MACD means pay attention. Like, sit up and pay attention over here. It's like, if you do want to take out 25% just to safeguard yourself and lock in some of the profits that you do have left, even though it doesn't feel as good as it did like a few days ago when we were up like a lot more. She says, okay, it's not a dumb move. So if you do that, I want you to feel safe with it. You're cool. Things go up, you can always get back in. But if you're selling it all, I mean, that's between you and Jesus, but that's never really worked out good for me. Half, maybe a percentage or something, if you feel the need. And this might affect altcoins, but we could also be a fake out, okay? We are in the season of fake outs right now. If you just take a little bit and you faked out, or you buying back in, maybe even, right around the same place, or, maybe a little, but you're on the trend and it will make up for it real quick. So better safe than sorry. I'm not going to give you hell about it if you feel that way. But I'm looking for some areas that we might be catching, and I hope that we do. I'm going to come down to the 3-day and start looking at some of these, especially the MACD. And this is a cause of concern, because on the 3-day, we got the bearish cross, which could be a front runner, what we see happening on the weekly. That's why we need to pay attention to it. But this one can also fizzle out and go sideways, so we want to watch it. It looks like a strong cross right now. I'll be honest with you. It looks kind of like it's looks like it's got a little bit more serious nature on it than what it had over here. And that one kind of went down a lot, but it does not fit in with the narrative of this cycle. And so either you believe in the cycle or you don't. because every time around this time, there's always somebody saying, this is it, it's over, all the signs are there, we're going back to $3,000. And yeah, I fell for that one time. I ain't falling for that grab this time. You ain't getting me this time, Crypto Savvy. I don't even know if he's even still doing his show. Does he still do his show? Is he still bearish? Are we still going back to 3,000? My little crisscrossing lines tell me that if we do fall back in here, then yeah, we might hit some of these areas. And I do want to remind you that we had this pattern that we broke out of. That was the trend. We broke out, retested it. There can be a retest of this area. It would start up here and it would go to each top below, and it could be 73, 72, 68. Oh my God, 67. Oh gosh, don't give me a heart attack. Where's my liquidation point? Are we safe? Are we good? I'm not wanting to ride you down there at all. And I wouldn't plan. I would flip-flop if I needed to do that, but I feel like I've been late to the game, but better late than never. We go down. I can't see it unless it would be heavy manipulation. There's not that much Bitcoin on the exchanges to do this. It's in our favor. And you still have the 21 moving average coming in at 88,000, which is another number we're finding some confidence with. So let's mark that little guy, put him a little gray there. 27 people hanging out with me. So I am looking to see, will this trend line hold? Will it? Now I can come down the smaller time frames. 4 Hour says, well, I'm going to try. 4 Hour says, I'm going to show you some respect, Road Dog, with that weird ass way that you did that. And there we go. It was very simple. If you missed it, it was very simple. We went to the weekly. We put a simple trend line from candle bodies, respect that angle, come lay it on top of this one, and it gives us a possible support area for a channel. If we were in a channel and that was it breaking down, which it could be at this point in the year, as we start to get a parabolic to the moon freaking run this quarter one, you don't want to screw up too bad right now. You don't want to get too scared right now. And I know it can get scary. I know it can get scary. But I'm still going to maintain, man, we're going to, with the low liquidity that we have in Bitcoin, there's not that many Bitcoin, these numbers can fluctuate, and we can see these $20,000 gaps in prices between ranges and stuff. Get ready for it, and your plan needs to do it. So if you're using too high leverage, you might have your ass handed to you more often than not. Speaking of which, do I need to add anything? Are we good? Are we in profit? I don't know. Are we still under? I can't tell. I got a position open for futures, and my liquidation is like 86,000. So I don't think we're there yet. Okay, here we had this trend line. We're beneath it now. This is what I was looking at. This is what I was drawing. Was let's make up a pattern, but we knew we had resistance up here. It didn't come up to my target. I was only 102, right? That's what I was hoping for, that would be hit by Monday or Tuesday, and we came down. We broke out. Now we're doing the little leg riding lackluster breakout. But if this is an area of support, and I meant to do a fib, I'd like to pull a fib and see if we're coming at a particular fib level here. If we can find an area, a strong area report, we can look for a local bottom pattern which might resemble, or you might label it as something. If price is coming down, it can act as a bottom. If it's at a level of support, maybe. But that's more of a micro pattern. What really matters is the big one, which we was a channel, and we lost that little sucker, and we could be coming down. I hate to. It could be a slow burn, but it is the 22nd. We got about 10 more days here, about a week and a half to almost not quite 2 weeks till we get our new year in, and it's not really the most fabulous time to be trading. Is not. It will be kind of lackluster, and you do have people watch trading and all that. I did mention that over in our Telegram group earlier today. When was that? About 3 o'clock. Talking about that's one reason why we're seeing altcoins tank and seeing things in Bitcoin tank, because people are doing the tax loss harvest. They're taking profits on that. That's another reason why, if you're selling off a little bit right now at a loss, it's okay. It's okay because you can claim that, and if you see it bounce back and start taking off that, you get back in. Tax loss harvesting is that you sell at a loss and you can turn around buy right back at the same price, or you can buy it cheaper or higher whenever. But you document that loss for tax purposes should you need it, and whether you need it or not, it's probably a good habit to do. While though we can still do that legally, we're not restricted from doing that in crypto. They want to stop it from being that way, but we're not in that zoo. We're not in that jurisdiction where they can't do it. You only can do it from country to country. Because I just want to celebrate just how much crypto is making these governments dance in the hoops now, huh? You see more of that. Crypto is starting to make countries bend. Crypto is starting to make countries go, oh crap, we can't lie anymore. We're going to have to start playing by the rules now. Crypto is having that effect. It's exposing. When you got something that's true, and this is mathematically true, something so true and so pure out there like Bitcoin and some of these cryptos, but especially Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the one that did all the exposing. It just exposed the value of our dollar and what it really is. And it taught us what inflation is, because I never paid attention to that until I got into crypto. But my gosh, Bitcoin, used to we'd look at it, oh, if it's under 30,000, that's great, or under 50, but now if it's under 100,000, it's a sweet buy. And that's not coming from a retail aspect. That is coming from a governmental, that is coming from a corporate institutional mindset, because that's the money that has been waiting for new regulation to get out of the way so that they can come in. Now there's good parts and bad parts, some of them trying to take over crypto and bring it into their system, which can never work because it's oil and water. You cannot mix debt with credit, or you can't mix those two, the intangible with the tangible. They're not going to be. They can't exist. They're in two separate, this Marvel and DC universes right there. Well, it's not going to work out. They might get some kind of hybrid thing, but I wouldn't trust it as far as I could throw it, because there's some finagling going on there. Look at Bitcoin. Oh my gosh, that head and shoulders to the downside is really just knocking it out of the park, all the way to 96,000. I'm going to clip that, because it said if you it was mean, like if you you don't know how to read a chart unless you believe that this is a head and shoulders going to the downside. That was the way that was presented. I was like, wow. I was like, this dude is about ready to see something not so. Now I'm going to tell you this, we're up here, I'm on a 3-minute time frame, and guys, I don't know why with Bitcoin here, but our moving averages are saying, yeah, she's going to come back. She's going to get this retest of this trend line right here. So do expect her to come back probably to these areas. She might even, she doesn't have to get rejected here at the 800 moving average. Sometimes they can go up and then roll over, but it is really saying that we're going to come back and kind of retest this area. 95, 166, so still ain't going to make this head and shoulder go to the downside. Why would you put, I'm sorry, it's just a pet peeve of mine now to do top patterns on the bottoms. I just see that done a lot, and I laugh at it every time, and I even play it, right? I go against it, because this is what happens when you apply your patterns wrong. And think of all the people that are being taught to do that. Makes me think, well, we're going to make a shit ton of money because we know how it goes. Let's go. So we were out trading them. Bigger time frames, man. The moving averages on some of the smaller time frames are still flip-flop. Some of the bigger ones were good. The 1 hour looks good. We could recover this. Yetham. I believe, now this is just me, and I could be wrong because I didn't get it perfect last night at all, did I? We went lower than what I thought. But it looks like we might be coming back up to retest these areas. First area would be the breakout area right here. That's somewhere around 100,500-ish. That's if I just do that. We didn't even pull our fibs out. Oh my gosh, this just doesn't feel right if I don't pull my fibs out and play with them. Especially here around the holiday season. Bring out that fibby pudding, you know? Well, let's get some of that fibby pudding going. So swing hard to swing low, temporary pricing goes to go. Here's what happened. We got rejected over this, and I think I went over this in the community. But, or maybe we talked about the possibility of it doing it last night. If she can't get over these 382s, 236 Fibonacci's, if you can see it on this chart, I know it's sloppy, I know it's messy, I got a lot going on up here. But then you only got a few choices. You can pull a fib here and look at the 786, which is what we did, and that's what nailed it on this last one. That's where it bounced, was a 786 from this pull. That tells me that we got a good chance that our bottom is in. This is our W that's forming here, our little local bottom that's forming. Especially with the trend lines and the fibs, that's what I'm getting out of this. Okay. So I mean, the other guru can capitulate if he wants to, but that's what I'm getting out of it. What else? But what I was saying, if you got rejected there, that does open it up to the books that you could see this area down here, and the target that I would have on this particular pool would be about 87. I'm not, it bouncing here is negating that. Now what we got to do, if we're doing fib strategy, is we pull the fib from this high to this low, and then we need to see it get above that 618. It's got to get above the 618. So if there's any target that we need to get above, it is this guy right here at 96 or 97.3. That should be where we head, because we need to test that. And if you can zoom out just a little bit more instead of trying to, it seems like we're always pinching, trying to go into the little bottoms. You got another trend line idea right here. Just taking the tops, and that's where we're finding some initial resistance here on this pull. That's at our 382. Same thing applies. If we can't pass it, we could roll over and then come down here. That's why we got to get past this. Once we get past the 618, we got a much better chance of then this being a reversal. We'll be looking for a higher high, higher low. Some people will yell out cup and handle to the upside, whatever. Everybody will go crazy and say, oh man, cup and handle dude, you know everything, or whatever. 104,000 could be on there. That's cool. I like that idea. Guys, 31 beautiful people hanging out with me. Let's start talking about altcoins. Can we? Let me get back to the... Oh man, we haven't even done the news yet for Layer GG. I'm getting so behind here. But talking about Bitcoin, we don't talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin ain't happy. Nobody's happy. Bored PC guys. Sup just drove 250 miles, so it's obviously time to stay up and watch crypto streams. Ah, yes. Thank you for hanging out. There's Grimmer. Quiet, please. Last I looked, when I was looking at it earlier today, it was about $100. We'll take a look at that, see what it's doing. Maurice Del Taco. I like the name. Bitcoin looks like it may rip back up. If it does what it should do at this point in the cycle, yeah, that should be coming at something. Not that we're just going to rip purely to the sky tomorrow or anything, but this is a flush out season. So, and we might get another one. Wait until January. There's a good one in January. There's a good one every month. If you haven't noticed, there's usually a couple. And we get all hyped up and thinking it's not ever going to stop. We're all good. And we're liking our newfound numbers there, and then they go down. That's the name of the game. In February, you got to start looking out for tax season. January and February, sell-offs theirs, people. Oh crap, we made a lot of money. We got to sell and pay taxes. So we will get that. So it's not just balls to the wall up only, but when you zoom out on the weekly, oh, it looks good. It's up, lots of up. But we got to be aware of what triggers the sell-offs in this market. And at this point of the year, it's tax loss harvesting right around anywhere from the second week on to the end of the year at the 31st. Now to come January 1st and 2nd, it's kind of usually lulls through there, but some people might start buying early, and this year they may start buying early. So January 1st, New Year's and day after New Year's, you might start seeing some money start flushing in, but the corporate money will start coming in when they open back up after New Year's holiday. Corporate money, which is now has more of an avenue to especially Bitcoin and the ETFs, including I think the Ethereum ETFs and stuff. So there'll be some money there. They start, remember that they cut things at the end of the year, and then at the beginning of the year, we can get some new fresh blood, our new investments for the upcoming year. Your VC capital funds, all these guys, the big money guys, yeah, the fresh new year, they'll be looking at that, especially for your cycle going on right now. Kathy Wood ain't gonna be stupid. So January, first little bit of January, that like the second, third week, probably good. I don't know. We'll have to see if at some point there'll be some bigger dump manipulated. Just get used to it. But that's kind of what we got going on. In my personal opinion, based on my previous experience and knowledge of this, which is not an expert at any means. I'm just sharing what I know. Take it and leave it. And go double check it and back source it. And don't just believe me. I'm not going to be that dude trying to act like I know all the answers, because we can screw up just like everybody else, and we can. Sometimes I can remember things wrong too. I've got myself doing that. I was like, oh well, that's not exactly how I thought I remembered that. So the name of the game for crypto is verify, don't trust, and that includes for even Mr. Turkey, and especially for all the other YouTubers. We should all be telling you that. Don't trust, verify. That's why I like to give you sources like, this is where my sources come from, Thomas Bukowski, for my statistics that I do try to pull, that I apply, and I try to apply his guidelines in my training based largely on his guidelines. I put a lot of faith in his guidelines. They work. They make me money. They can make you money too. I thought you said we're doing altcoins. I lied. Oh my gosh, we got a white screen behind us. No. Let me, we need to knock out our news real quick, because we usually get some cool alpha over there from Layer GG. Sean, I needed to take me to the newsroom so we can come back and then we can get into the altcoins, because we've been doing this for an hour and we've only got past the Bitcoin. Sean, we're being like the other ones. We're spending an hour on Bitcoin. Stop it. Was I whining? I'm sorry. My bad. Sean, take us away. That wasn't it. Hit the button. I don't think this is even set up to go tonight. Well, let's make it happen, though. Let's get the... yeah, now you suck. Here we go. All right, so Bitcoin drops to 94,000. Bitcoin is down 3%. Stop the world. Life is over in 24 hours. And looking for a new low. Pump.fund, OX Racist, says that in a phone call with Alon, CEO of Pump Fund, he mentioned that Pump Fund airdrop is coming for Christmas. We're going to get pumped for Christmas. Alon also mentioned in the comments that he never lies. Bo Hines, a former Republican congressional candidate, has been appointed by Trump to serve as executive director of the president's Digital Asset Advisory Council. Trump nominated outgoing A16Z, I think that's AI16Z, partner Sriram Krishnan to serve as senior policy advisor for the AI in the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy. Things are about to get pretty freaking deep and interesting in 2025. Securitize submitted a proposal to add BlackRock's BUIDL as collateral for the Frax USD stablecoin Frax. Arthur Hayes deposited another 2 million ENA, worth approximately about $2.12 million into Bybit. He has unstaked ENA and deposited a total of 9 million of the tokens, worth about $10.6 million on Binance and Bybit in the last 2 days. Barachain hinted that he would be announcing something by tweeting that 69 hours of Baramus began. One of you guys mentioned Barachain. We charted it one time, and I remember thinking it was interesting, and I wrote it down on a post-it, and then I never saw it again. Might be doing something. Elf. Oh, Elf. With an A. An elf has released Avatar Intelligence. I can't do it. No code framework for AI agents. What? The framework is open source, making it simple and easy for Web3 newbies and veterans to create, deploy, and utilize powerful AI agents. So, bang! I just spoke to Elon, the CEO of Pump Fund, on the phone. He said, Pump Fund airdrop coming on Christmas Day. Get ready, warriors. Okay, I'm ready. Let's give him a like and a nice little repost there for Layer GG, or a source for the alpha that we get on our channel here. Sean, take us back to the newsroom, please. Sean. John's asleep. Oh, there he is. Are you back? Are we going back? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? So here's our top 100 right now, chasing his tune, saying, I'm looking bullish. Yeah, I'm looking green, baby. I'm green like Kermit. Slather it on me. Woo, pour on the wasabi. We're going to light you up. Will the capitulators, will they jump back in? Should they? I don't know. Let's take a look at Total 3. We did see a few warning signs for Bitcoin. Remember, it could be shaky, but it could be fun. I think we should take a look at Total 3 before we start looking into altcoins, and Total 3 is getting a nice little bounce here too on the 1 hour. Nice. That's why the little bumpy bump on there, right? We have been following this guy here in this channel idea, and she wicked below. Sure, they do that, you know, scare people out. But she came back in, and here we go, jingling. What can you tell me with the fibs? Let's turn out the fibs. Would the fibs tell us anything? First, I'd be kind of looking at these moving averages, to be honest with you, because they are on a downward swing. I'm just saying they trying to flip the script and go. They trying to go rogue. The moving averages on this particular time frame, the 1 hour, are trying to flip. This may be a bearish retest of these areas and then a further rollover. I want to get that out there, because just because Bitcoin starts perking up, and if she goes back to 100,000, doesn't necessarily mean that altcoins are just going to have a stellar performance. They could go sideways and maybe even down. We still could be coming back down to this $800 billion area, which, when I think about here being on the show, how we were just, trying to fight to get over the 550 billion back somewhere about 8 or 9 months ago, I'm like, why, we're at 900 billion? Hell, we're just fine in the bigger picture of things. For real, we are. But it does look like there might be a flipping and trying to happen here, at least on this time frame. We probably should zoom out. Let's go to the weekly on Total 3. Let's start with the bigger ones, like we're really supposed to. Give us the more insight. And there's a 9 moving average coming in that we've touched one time, and we could touch it again. And then of course we got our little 618 target here at 800. Could she touch it? What is it coming in at? 880? I want to look at some of these indicators here. Here we are on MACD, and she's also doing like kind of what Bitcoin's doing. Total 3 is also giving us those signs. So it's, I mean, you got a legit reason to be concerned. I'm going to put that out there. You do have a legit reason to be concerned. So if you do take safeguards, don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about it. Just make your decision, know why you're doing it, and commit to it. But you don't have to capitulate at all. That would be my message to you. If you do feel that way, if that's what you think you need to do, I mean, a little here, a little there, something along those lines. See if we get more confirmation, because this is not confirmed. This is just speculated. She could bounce right up and just go to Valhalla tomorrow, and you're like, oh man, I just sold everything at the bottom again. Don't be that guy. Our MACD, yeah, kind of like Bitcoin, taking a little break, but stochastics are down a little bit more. Let's see, RSI is at 65. Here's what we got. Let's give us something here. Nice rounding shape there. Could it be a cup and handle on the RSI to the upside? It could definitely be scalloping out here. Let's see, we got something. Oh, we're still good. She could come down here, but we also got her signal line, that little yellow one. Might find support there and just, come back up, and she crossed back over the signal line over here and said, I'm going to go for double. I'm going to double dip. I'm going back for seconds because my bags just ain't fat enough, and I want a fat ass bag. We might be doing something similar over here, so don't get it twisted. It still look good, and we've not broken anything to the downside. And if I look at it from over this way, I mean, from however you want to look at it, we did all of our breaking out and retesting really right here, breaking out, and then we just started. We're if you really want to look at the pattern we're in, it kind of looks like one of them, and they could be fun because, woo, baby. I'm just saying. Now I want to take a look at the 4 hour. Take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hour looking mighty healthy to me, in my personal opinion here. We've got an 800 moving average right here, that orange one right there. Sitting right above it on top of its face, riding it just like a master, is Lucy, this 666 moving average right there. We have a graphical representation of Lucy for all of you that are not familiar with Lucy and her wily ways. And there she is, just sitting right up there. Above Lucy, you might see the 360 moving average. The 200 right above price, meaning that we're a little bit bearish at the moment, being below that 200 moving average. But man, the momentum for these guys are still good and strong. Yeah, we might tap them, we might do it, but man, this spells recovery to me when you see them fanned out like that, and they're not having the big major crosses happen yet. Now the 50 is trying to cross that 200, but a lot of times we laugh at that. But that technically is a death cross on this 4 hour once that does happen. So might that spell a little sideways or something, maybe come back down, and we'll have to wait and see. But the bigger moving averages are still saying, yeah, wait, yeah, this train's still rolling, baby, and you ain't stopping it. I do declare this is the time that I like to pull out my fibs on such a cold winter night and just kind of snuggle up to them here and just see what we can get fired up. And the fibs are telling us, man, we bounced off this 50 right here. We were claiming this 382. She's trying to pull one up and go back to this 386 there right there. You ask me. Yep. I think it might be time to pull a high to the low just to see where she might be able to go there. Well, that's what you suggest, Mr. Fib. That would mean this would be the discount zone, and we are in the, I guess, in the market phase of this little equation. And we need to get past $1 trillion. We need a nice little boost up, especially that one, about 988. Ooh, that's where our cross is coming. That's the death cross on the 4 hour on the total 3. Altcoins might be shaky. The thing that would really give this off, my 32 beautiful people still here, and this is the last indice that we will talk about before we really, for real this time, after an hour and freaking 9 minutes, get into other altcoins. Swear to God, this time, fingers crossed. Well, no, I mean, cross my fingers though. Well, not fingers though. I'm like, well, let me just do it and we'll go do it. Okay. This is Bitcoin dominance. This is the culprit. This is the culprit. It all depends on what the hell Bitcoin dominance does. And that's what we're watching. That's what we should be watching and paying the most attention to. And whatever time frame you're looking on, doesn't matter. We need this little sucker to roll over and come down if you want to see anything that resembles number go up in altcoins. Like, yeah, baby, we finally got a break. Oh, it looks like it did a few weeks ago. Thank you, Jesus. I want to put a down payment on a new motor scooter. It would have to break down. I have been saying, and I will continue to say because the moving averages keep telling me that she might be trying to break back up here. And now this particular formation we got, if she does that, oh, that could be strong. And I'm still looking at a 66% thing to be hit. I think it'd probably be in spring, summer, maybe somewhere in quarter 1, quarter 2 before we get all the way up there. But unless we roll over. If we roll over, I will not be mad. My bags will be happy and thankful, but we gotta be aware of what could happen if she does come up, man. I mean, altcoins they're still gonna be on the back burner. Bitcoin's gonna steal the show if that happens. We've got a chance. We got to see if she rolls over up here or even roll over here. Rolling over anywhere over here, losing this trend line is what we want to see. We got to see a break of something of this trend line. If we see that, we got some hopium that we got at least another rally coming. And it could catch, or maybe it comes down. I don't know. If it comes down, it'll be bitching like best season ever, dude. I'm so glad I stayed into my altcoins when that happened. So if you want to know when to get in or get out of altcoins, if that's your question, if you're like, I don't know whether to be in my altcoins or out of my altcoins, this chart, in my personal opinion, is the one you need to be watching. If we break to the downside, go into altcoins. If we start bouncing up here, leave the altcoin, back off of them because they'll get cheaper, or there'll be some kind of sale on whichever one you're looking on at some point. And if you're in on them, you know, they're just going to sit there and just twiddle their thumbs, and you're going to be saying, hello, number go up. Why did I buy you? Let me talk to the manager. Manager, this altcoin's just sitting on its ass after I bought it. I expected it to do something, to do some work for me, and it's just sitting on its ass watching TV. What did you sell me? You said it was going to revolutionize the whole world. It's sitting on its ass watching as the world turns. We don't need more people in this household sitting on their ass watching as the world turns. I'm just saying. Can we go? All right, so in a nutshell, that's the best way I would describe my guidance for whether to get in or get out. Bitcoin dominance will be your key. I'm going to come back to the chat now because I feel like I've just been talking way too much. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Who else have we got here? Let's go see. Hello. Take me a minute to get there. We got Tommy 2 Liters again. Maurice Del Taco. I think I saw that. Jackson. BLZ, please. I can't guarantee that I will get to these altcoins, but we will try. I will give priority to any super chats or members. Oh, gosh, I got to label them for members now, don't I? Obama Millis. Won't that kill most odds though? Feel like we might make a new low on Zygos. I hope I addressed that. Deluxe Me, is that a higher low? I hope I addressed that too. Bobby Yaz, how's it going? I'll try to find fresh questions because I think I kind of addressed some of these. Governments on the Board PC guy says governments on a visible blockchain is freaking brilliant move in the long run. Truth to be told, yeah, or to be honest. Yeah, they need. I mean, they will have privates, and they do. There are some areas that they need their privacy for governments. There is, but that's what we got dark chains for, right? But it'll clear up a lot of. It's going to expose so much bull crap, man, and Doge and the Elon Musk thing going on with the Doge unit, whatever. Man, I can't wait till they start upturning some stuff. America has been asking for this for a long time. We just had a bunch of bureaucrats in charge. We still do. Hopefully we can get them the hell out. Because the Constitution means something. And the further we get away from it, the worse we are. Further this nation gets away from God, really, the more effed up it is and the weaker it gets. Bugpick says, yummy bounce, but hopefully Link holds through the retest. Hated Hero, welcome to the stream. His head and shoulders is actually an inverted head and shoulders. LOL. Hated Herd. LOL, Fibby. hit the like. Helps the algo so Turkey can reach others with free education. That is very true. That
Those
does
of you
help.
that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
So you're telling me to go 200x leverage? I'm saying, hey man, if that's what floats your boat, baby, you can go 500 if you could find it somewhere. ICP, please. You need to quit peeping under the stall. Dad jokes. Bad dad jokes here. Bad dad jokes sold here. You're the best, bud. You're the best. Does ETH Bitcoin have any indicators? I'm having to think too hard about that one. Are you meaning to say, should I look at ETH BTC and see if there's any signs of something? Or are you saying asking for specific indicators that might be addressing to look at over there? Billy C, how do you create spider lines? Like CryptoFace uses? You can create them from anywhere, really. But now what he did, which is no longer, I don't think it's really applicable anymore. His reason for doing the spider lines was because we were going into price discovery. So he just found a low, like the lowest low, and just started drawing lines and carrying them up candles to candles. So to say how to do that, how I would say from where we are now. What he actually did, he came back down to, I think he was over here, and he just took a line and just laid it across, and you can do that. Of course, I think he used a ray instead of an actual line, and it's laid it across. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. You need a pivot point. You need a point, and you have another line, and it just makes a trend line. It's what it does. Now, one guru keeps calling them Fibonacci things, and he doesn't even know what a Fibonacci graph is, or a Fibonacci channel is. They're not related to Fibonacci. They might intersect just because of how Fibonacci works, but it's not a Fibonacci thing. It is a trend line thing, is all it is. And, where is it? Let's go to the ray. Here it is. The ray. So you have a start point, and then you just lay it on top of here, and to see that. So this is how he does it, and he just does one for whichever, and this should lock in, and he'll take another point, like another top or a candle, and lay it right there on the same point. Take another one, lay it on another, and you can use every candle in between. You can make this, I mean, you can take this, you can move it here, you can move it here to this one, to that one, to this one, and you can all get, it's all different ones. But whenever you get any kind of trend line, and that's just basically between 2 points, that ray goes on forever. And if there's resistance there's likely to be some kind of resistance somewhere along that ray, even into infinity. It's crazy. I call it like a chain link fence. I keep saying, you'll hear me say that the things kind of look like that sucks. That ain't working. I guess I should use this, because you got angles in one way, and you also got angles in another way, and it's kind of waffle pattern, or like a chain link fence. It really is. You get all kinds of wild. That's why sacred geometry works in this stuff. I swear, I think it is. But you should see some reaction on these points at some point. I may not line it up beautiful. This one's called that area, top there, in that area. That's kind of like a support resistance slip. So we got that going on. If you had something between with whatever you saw here, if there was like some relationship, like if this is part of a channel or something like that, you would see it would be a lot more relevant. Now, how I think he might still be using the same points, but you could use it from any point, just as long as you got a read, right? So you could take it from over here, like this ray, and we could go here to, I don't know if we get anything. We'd have to see. It cuts through things, so we'd have to find a different one. But that one, did it get anything? I might have to do something like that. And then, oh, well, cool. Well, you did get it, didn't you? Like, so that, and there's your trend line. There is one. That's part of a megaphone pattern, and that's that. I think we used to draw that too, because that was showing resistance right there around that 108. But as you move it up, or add another one and put it at different points, I mean, that will help you figure out. So if you were to come up here, and if price keeps going up, then we would see that one would be an area, and you just keep moving them up. And I think any of them where you got a lot more touches will be a lot more relevant because it acts just like a trend line. So this one kind of comes, this is about as far as we can go with this particular point. And so this should be a strong spider line, if you will. Hopefully that made sense, and you can color them and everything the way you want to. 31 beautiful people hanging out with me. Let's get back to the chat here. We got Bullish on Parade. How's it going? Hated Hero! I'm dreaming up a green Christmas. That would be awesome. Can we look at render and ETH5? I'll write them down, but I can't make them. Can't promise. Also, what are your thoughts on NFTs? I know they are last cycle's deal, but do you think they'll ever come back? Honestly, I don't think they'll come back like they did. I really don't. I'll be surprised. Maybe I'll be wrong, and maybe they will, but there's no value in them. I mean, there is nothing there. It's hype. It's too much hype. It was something new, a new way to use this, and then, you know, we got the ball rolling, and I mean, I got no NFTs that did good for me. They might went up for a little bit and I didn't sell, but they all lost their value because there's nothing there. The way that they had them, it was just a reference to a regular web page on a server, on an Amazon server somewhere, to that little place on the blockchain. And if that Amazon server part is out of the equation, then you just got something that's got a coin that's got a link to something that this, you know, you don't even have a picture or anything there. So they kind of depend on those things. But I think that I think NFTs will be a big thing. I just don't think it'll be as the way that they were last cycle with the collectibles, like the pictures and stuff. You will see them in collectibles, yeah, but for like the JPEGs and all that, I think everybody's just kind of, there's so many people got burned on it that they're like, nah. I mean, I know that's exactly how I feel. I'm like, nah. It's just, it's fluff in my personal opinion until they start really applying some good use cases. Now, as they remove the regulations that could be standing in our way of actually using some of these NFT, you know, opening up and not coming down and starting to serve Wells notice to every company that tries to do something with them. That's what they were facing. So, you know, all the innovation just kind of, oh, well, all right, let's screw NFT. But, you know, I don't know, I thought about it. If I were to have a paid trading group, I would like to have it like NFT thing. Like, you could buy the NFT, and then if you got, you know, decided that you didn't want to be in the group, you could sell it on Magic Eden to somebody else and get your money back. That kind of idea, rather than just where you're just keep giving me $99 a month and buying my new Lambo. You know, now that I think about that, that's not a bad idea either. Who here wants to make me $99 a month to help me buy a Lambo? We can think of some good slogan that I can feed you every time and make you feel like you're supposed to. It could take you 15 years to get all that experience that I got, though. So you might have to stick with me for a long time. You better get them $100 bills stacked up, baby. God, it's freaking space. Rounded bottom, still, my rounded bottom. Thank you for saying that. I know I'm very late in finding it. That's why we got so many people here, and y'all just hanging out looking at the eye candy. Where are you, rounded bottom? I lost the bottom button. I think that worked. Floki's Angels, can you look at Leo? All right, let's get some weird and draw some lines. Man, am I way back? I'm way under this, aren't I? Charting astrology. Charting is astrology for men, and it's a big old hole. Wow, it's a big old rabbit hole. With ICP, you can have NFTs on blockchain, which is cool. I think ICP, I've heard good things. I'm in ICP. I'm waiting for them to do something big. NFTs for receipts would be cool, or bus pass, yeah, or government pass. Yeah, there's a lot of those use cases, but that wouldn't be the kind that would make us money, right? That'd be the utilitarian. But yeah, those are legitimate places. But all this freaking that was a bunch of money laundering, is what that was. For real. There was a lot of money laundering going on with NFTs. And that explains the high value and the sales and how they're selling it to themselves. There's money laundering schemes going on, and we got caught up in the hype with it, and then Bored Apes and all this other crap. But the real value for them, I mean, it's only as good as the name and the excitement. The attention lasts. It's really attention. As soon as attention is gone from crypto, it loses value. And I think what we forget is that, man, the market cap value of these cryptos is bigger than some of the big brick and mortar companies that, you know, I mean, take Target or something, and then you look at some coin that's got a bigger market cap than Target's full evaluation, and you're thinking about all the Target stores across the nation and this and that, or whatever chain you want to look at. I mean, and something don't always balance out there. And that's why you see them lose 95% of their value in the bear market. And you're like, well, that's why. Because it's hype. It's vapor. We're here to take advantage of that and cash out. Sorry, but that's the best way to play that game. Any other way will lead to some tears at some point. And some coulda, woulda, shouldas. Can we check out Jasmine? All right, so I got a nice little list of coins here. Let's start diving into them. I'm checking out Cow. I'm not going to deep dive it, but I want to at least see what the chart looks like. Holy cowbell. This one I mentioned earlier, if you didn't catch it, but over here in the trading community, where was it? I had that list. I may go over these tomorrow night and put this on the list, and I want to check these out, the revenue sharing protocols. But for any of you guys that want a heads up or are checking that stuff before I get there, but Cow Protocol is one of those. That's why we're looking at it tonight. That's healthy. That is dang sure healthy. Oh, nicey. I like that. So chances are we're good. Oh, a 618, and then we got that. We're ticking off our boxes here. We're ticking off our boxes. Let's get a few little trend lines or possible channels identified. Are you? Could you be? Yeah, you. Yeah. Yeah, you work. You legit. All right, so we bounced off a 618. That's awesome. That is so awesome. Since we're in price discovery, I do use my pips a little bit more here. You got some rejection going on there, baby. What's up with that? So this one's hanging about 78 cents right now for Cow. I'm not really sure. What does it look like on Jeez. Sorry about the bright light. I just want to see what the tokenomics look like on this one. Cow Protocol, number 273. Market cap's $231 million. That's still a small market cap. This one could do some numbers. Let's see, how many coins have you got? 1 billion total supply. We could be looking at $50 out of this thing. Still yet, even from where it come from. All-time low was 2 years ago. It was 4 cents, and it's up 1,800% from there. All-time high was a week ago when it was $1.02. Now it's 25% cheaper, thereabouts, 78 cents. Who else got you? Are you on Coin? Are you on CoinEx? That's great, Road Dog. All you need is another coin to FOMO into. I don't want to. I get an update. I just want to know if you're there, dude. Cow. Just type cow. COW. It's okay. They got it on CoinEx too. I'm gonna start that little guy. I'm looking for stronger plays that I'm going to move some things into, and this might be one I want to keep my eye on. If she come back around 70 cents, that would be cool. She might do it. She lost the 9 moving average on the daily. It's come down to the 4 hour. See what she looks like. Well, that's a little kind of weird. Or you lost that support. Do you see how this works? We follow a trend line from here to there to there. It lost that trend line. Oh, that's over. She came back and she retested that trend line. Support. It's a internal trend line now. It was a trend line, now it's an internal one because it's bouncing off of both sides of it. It flipped it. It's kind of a diagonal support resistance flip, if you will. So what does that mean? Well, that means that this is a developing trend in most cases, and that now we can start looking for a channel. And that does give us hope for this 131 target that we put up there. We can see a path to get there now, right? Well, that was the sweet spot that I think it can get for a nice little take profit target, about twice from where we are right now. Still within the channel idea. I'm running with that. To the upside. Take a look at Q&T, one of your guys' request here. And she was $100 last time I was looking. She's at 107? Well, clearly you're bouncing back. Here on the 4 hour, we got the death cross happening. Just when you thought your hopes and dreams were coming back, the death cross is there to crush them. I wouldn't sweat it. It might make things a little choppy here for a little while. It will have to turn back around, but the moving averages look good. 100 still up here. The only thing that's going to make this 100 cross is if price does start, hanging around here sideways or down for a long period of time. That can bring it down. Otherwise, I think we faked out a guru tonight this weekend is what I think. I think we capitulated a guru. I had this area here at $1 targeted with a, I guess it was a measured move from something, that blue line. Unless I was being lazy. That's why I need to make more notes there. These guys are, that's old stuff. This is what I see out of Q&T. We zoom out. And the best that we could tell from just top to bottom here was giving us this. Out of all this mess that we can look at, I mean, we can look at a double bottom situation and all this other stuff and come back up here to 229 for a confirmation on that. But what we got short term, a little bit more local, following the trend lines here, we got to break out from it and retest that trend line in short. Will it hold? Oh, that's going to be a question. I would say normally I would look for it to hold, but my moving averages are all reversed here right now. They're trying to work their way through it. They are trying to work their way through it. We got a 50 moving average. Is that right? How'd you get up that high? Okay, yeah, that's cool. Maybe that 50, if that 50 can save it. But the bigger ones are flipped. They're flipped around, man. So I don't expect this one to go to the moon. Like, normally you would see this do that and bounce, and we'd expect, oh, come up, and it may struggle to get a higher high and past 171 for a while. Looks like she's gonna have to struggle to flip these back around. That could work on the daily. How long did it take for you when that happened? I mean, it happened in March, about 8 months ago, when they first started flipping bearish, right? It may take it another month or two before she starts showing some good signs of trying to overcome it. That sucks, doesn't it? Oh man. I look at this as she should find some support here and then try to work back up. So I'll see her getting back up, and we can get back to 140, 148, 150. Getting above those areas is going to be a little tricky for this one right now. And I don't know why, because there's not that many tokens. But Q&T's just been a little bit lackluster. Swing high to swing low, and they'll tell you we're still in our accumulation zone. That would be the best thing to know there. I think 190 looks like a good target to try to shoot for, but like I said, until the bands on the moving averages flip, that's good. It might do it, but it wouldn't stick there, I wouldn't think. Try to take a look at BLZ Blue Zell. Blue Zell Mexi looks like a good place to go. Looks like we've been there. Oh, tighten you up, tighten you up. I see a gap. Oh no. What was that? How was that swing high to swing? Whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let's get these targets, lines. I want to keep the fib. Take the lines, lead the Fibonacci. That's you. Let's take the Fibonacci too. Oh man, it looked like she was rounding out here, trying to do something. We had a pattern that we could have broke out of, several different ways to look at it. Got up, got rejected, slapped down lower. Well, that must suck. Have you got it out of your system yet? Did you get it out of your system? Did you hit a key area down here? You did. You got my -2.7. Possible bottoming area. Possible bottoming area. I would play it. I'm just me, because I'm a DJ in that way. It doesn't mean that it will be the bottom, but it's got a better chance than not, in my personal opinion. So if it is the bottom, well, now we can go swing high, swing low. Tell me where price is going to go, and that means anywhere below 9.4 cents will be a great accumulation area, and it needs to get past that just to make it past this previous bottom. Sweet spot to be looking for on this one, in my personal opinion, where it will probably come up to and top out at somewhere around 17 cents. Possibly even coming up here to 18 cents, and then we got confirmation sitting over here with the 800 and 600 moving average, which are flipped in a positive direction, by the way, so could be a fun ride up there. Tis what I'm leaning for with Blue Zell. If we're looking trend line wise and just trying to track what's going on, that's what we can do, is right here, and then it seems to be respecting that. Take the top trend line and see what we got and what it might be doing. Add the new information that we got right there. We see that we're kind of in a neutral opening, broadening wedge pattern. It's a megaphone pattern. This one has a 60% chance to break to the upside. Just saying. If it can ever get past that trend line, it's got to come up to the trend line and break out above it, right? Zooming out just a little bit more, so we found some confidence there. That was an area that we lost. That kind of sucked. That sucks. So yeah, that 9.4 cents, this is another reason why that one's going to be a little bit bigger of a headache to get past. She's going to have to fight to get past that one just because of this trend line idea. So if she can get past it, then we can come up to 16 probably pretty easy. The question is she going to get out of this? And this is our accumulation zone or discount zone, and I wouldn't doubt that this would spend some time down here. This ends up being a bear trap idea and then coming up. Kind of what I'm seeing. Let's take a look at ICP. Ooh, you got cheap. I got some of this too. I'm playing this one. It was up to $15 and now it's on sale for $10. 30% off Christmas sale on ICP. It is nothing but a retest of a breakout of a trend line. She did that one perfect. She nailed that. Nailed it. And I didn't even nail it here with my things, did I? Uh-oh. Let's tie them up to the candle bodies. Yes, you did a very special job there. $8.92. And now we're at $10. We're beneath the green cloud. I'm not crazy about that, but I like what I'm seeing on the moving averages. They're starting to turn around and cross over. In my personal opinion, this was just your standard retest. That happens about 65% of the time for a breakout of these triangle patterns like this. Thomas Bukowski can give you a little bit more a definitive number. I'm going off the top of my head on that one, so if you want the actual, go look at Thomas Bukowski always for your statistics, in my personal opinion. Unless I'm on a little cheat sheet that I have a habit of leaving up there. Might find it right there. Do we have it on there? And not for the retest, I don't. I just got the breakouts. I can do one for the retest, don't I? I still have these bigger targets at $11.5, $13.5, $17.7, $19. LSUP. We're going to look over there and, I don't know, within the next 2 months, I believe, and be more up here than not up there. Let's take a look at render. 29 people hanging out with me. Same situation here when we're in. We just got a pullback, people. We just got a retest. Look, breakout area right where we break out. That's where we usually come back. One of the first areas you want to look is the actual breakout. Wherever price crosses the trend line that you draw, we're taking that you draw that, you know, according to the guidelines. That's a great area to look for it to come back to. Secondary area is, well, if that doesn't hold, then wherever the trend line is, and it could be down here. Don't want to see that. That would suck. Lucy's hanging out there. She likes that idea. She's a twisted little sister. We can pull our fibs, get a few ideas. Oh, look! 618's holding a bunch of candle bodies there. Mine holding a bunch of everything else. If she needed to dip down more, maybe 577, might be able to wick down through there, or even crash down there for all the hell we know. I would be looking at this as just a retest of the falling wedgie, and when they retest and they're ready to go back up, they have a measured move. We've got one still sitting up here has not been hit, and it is sitting at what are you? 1360, 1316, and that was applying Bukowski's principles, and I took a standard measure move also, and it's about $14 there. For those of you who do not know, but the way that Thomas Bukowski says to take your measure move is that you go from the top to the bottom, the very far bottom. So if you're drawing straight down, it looks something like this, right? That would be your actual breakout or your measured move, but it doesn't. It rarely ever meets that full measure. It only meets about 62% of that measure. Meaning that she's more likely to fall short. So there is a multiplier Thomas Bukowski has on that, and you just multiply that by 61%. Now the easiest way to do it is just to take a fib and then adjust it that way, or you can just adjust it right on the pattern. That's what I do anymore. Take it down to 618, then that will give you your measure move, which takes us up to $13.16. That is the Bukowski method and the Road Dog method for how to calculate it. Some of the stuff that you see looks more like, it could look anything like this, but I mean, I could see the standard way to do it is just go from the top of the pattern to the bottom. That also comes out pretty gosh down nice thing is what we get for our Bukowski move. Real close. It's off a little bit. It's a little higher actually. Just a wee bit. I think that's actually why that's where we get our is that where we got our That's where we got our purple line, our blue line was doing it that way, taking this guy. And that's your normal, that's your standard run-of-the-mill measure move. And now you got people out here and they're taking this one. And now taking it from this leg, that's actually doing something else. But I mean, you can have some results, but there's a different theory going on, and it's more with the fibs for real. And it would be applied for here, and it gives us this guy. Same thing. But if you put that over here, you got something close to it, I guess. I mean, you can try it and see what kind of results you get, but I'm just trying to tell you the traditional methods that Thomas Bukowski actually went, and he tried all these other ways too. Don't believe me, he tried everything. He was pretty thorough. Let's take a look at Leo. Leo to the dollar. Ooh, look at you at 950 for real for Leo. Man, this one used to have some controversy behind it too, I believe, right? Or some payouts from stuff back in last cycle, whatever happened. And I guess they worked through all that, but it was hanging around $3, right? That's pretty impressive. Hey, congratulations for having the conviction to go with that one. That's a thing. I mean, you've got to pick out a coin and have a reason to be in it and have conviction for it, or else you wouldn't hold it, right? Or hold it that long. So it takes a lot to have that. So this is a play, or maybe you saw something on the chart and said, "Oh, that looks like a good entry" or something. But yeah, that worked out good. Can it go higher? She's getting a little bit tired, but what the moving averages say here on the daily. Oh, she's going to duck lip. Ooh. That looks promising that it's got more up to it. Oh, that's cool. I hope it does it. I mean, there's a few warning signs and some other alternatives it could do, but I'm seeing some signs that this was just a little bit of a fake out. And maybe you got a flag on a daily like that. That's crazy. Let's zoom out. Let's predict. Well, or we could just do this. Because it looks like you broke out of a channel idea. There's still a little bit of headway up here too. And so you got a little bit of a roof up there. Or you do have a roof up there. Okay, that's not it. 892, if there is a pullback, that might be an area to look for. We'll tighten this one up. I've been looking for around 1131 on that little guy. If you can get up there. Might even get up to 322. I'll throw that one out there. It's a little bonus target, but another idea that you can go with would probably also take you right up in those areas. If you're looking at this in the channel, which I often do, I'm looking at several different ways to show you different ways to get the same confluence. Also taking us up in these just a little number 2 areas here. Are they number 1 or number 2? You took a deuce. What? What is this turkey talking about? Right there at $13.22. Make you holler, do the wild thing, baby. Measure move from the channel. And also fib stuff. So we got that. It's good that she's... That holds. That's... She can do it. She can do it. And I guess we should do this too. I didn't mean to leave you hanging on this, but you know, there's a bigger thing going on here if you want to look at it. Oh, that one tells me that you might get some resistance here at that 11. So that 11, you want to keep that target going too. And as well as your 13. Let's keep those ideas a rolling, puppy. Let's take a look at Jasmine. Jasmine. Jazz who? Jazz you? Jazz me. We're talking crazy. We're obviously tired. Oh, I was pointing over here and it didn't hit. You suck, road dog. Wah, wah, wah. Well, we might still. We're give her a chance. Give her a chance. Let me tell you why. Oh hell, maybe, or did we lose it? Oh hell. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, that one got nailed. Can we claim it? Oh, here we go. Here it is. Okay, good. Well, you going down to the low one. Ifs. Might be a possibility. Come back down and touch this area. Maybe, maybe, maybe. From there, I'd expect to bounce. I'm still looking at this area over here. That was a AB equals CD. It doesn't matter. It goes up, comes down, and then can still go up there and do it. To do what is that particular move that I'm doing, that was a fib move for that target, it can take some ups and downs to get there. It didn't mean it's going to go straight away. Although it did nail this one to 5.3 and went above it. You suck, road dog. You're supposed to be 5.8. You suck. Shh, 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 shh. Don't start splitting hairs or feathers. We're in a big ass megaphone pattern, which you know we have good luck with those little suckers. I'm just saying. Let her ride. She might be coming back to 2.7 cents. I'm just saying. There's looks like there's a little bit more momentum that could happen here to drive us down. It could happen. Not saying that necessarily will. Look at the 4 hour. What does the 4 hour say? We're under the 200 moving average with some little death cross that might happen. I don't know if it will or not. I could see us retesting the 600 moving average and coming back in that area. I could see that. It might still do it. If it doesn't, then hey, I'll be glad you come and say, you suck, road dog. You went up anyway. Cool. I hope it does. I mean, for real. I want it to go back up here, but I see some turbulence that could be going on short term. All right, I think I went through my list. We've been going on for an hour and 49 minutes. I would like to take one look at Bitcoin here. It's sitting around 95,000 here on the smaller time frame. Weren't we just at 96? What happened? Oh my God! Did that head and shoulders to the downside bottom top pattern on the middle? Did it work? What happened? Gosh darn it! Well, look, we got rejected up here by Lucid. Let's go to it was a 3 minute. that we were looking on earlier when I was talking about that. Rejected at these moving averages, and that's one reason why I have them, the 800, the 666, and the 360. You don't have to use them, but it sure does. It's improved my game since I've added them. I'm telling you, they answer a lot of questions for me. They really do. I highly recommend them. The 800 is definitely, that's a normal one. The 666, yeah, only the freaks use that, seems like, but it's relevant. We're headed into an Ichimoku cloud. Oh no, save me. What does that mean? Well, if you look at the W pattern, or double bottom, if you want to call it that at support, the W patterns, we're coming back to retest that area. She might not actually touch it because we could be doing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could be doing an Elliott wave thing, so it doesn't actually have to touch it. It's probably good if it doesn't, so we can make a wave count bullcrap thing. I don't like being in this red cloud here on this very small time frame, but it is a very small time frame, so they don't really count for anything unless you're doing something right on them. It is not going to tell you what's going to happen next month. Trust me, it is not. Right now, can you? Oh, look what it's telling me. It's going to happen for 30 days from right now. No, it doesn't do that, but it does. I'll let you see some more faster price action just for you little thrill seekers, and there's nothing wrong with that. 95,000, retest that area before we bounce and go up. I hope. We still have these moving averages that are on the wrong side of, we're on the wrong side of the tracks of them, so if we don't get above them, I'm not going to be disappointed. We could chop until we kind of flip things back around. So I mean, we're getting a breakout and retest, that's positive. We're doing a little bit more up than down at the moment, but we can still be a little choppy here, and tomorrow is Monday. They will have fun with us like they often do on Monday and Tuesday. If they don't get us on one day, they get us on the next. So just look for that. I get fun. We might be on this very small time frame seeing a possibility of a dingle and some kind of weird dangle. Could it be? Maybe. We'll keep that. It's a possibility for a support level. Let's look at it, see if it happens. Could be a bigger pattern to be looking at here that might give us some insight. Could also be it just getting ready to roll over, so don't get too cocky. We need to reclaim on this 1 hour time frame, bigger time frame. So we remember where we are, zooming out, because that's what matters. We broke out of a channel. We need to get back in it. That's around 100,000. 99,000, 100,000. I still think maybe sometime in the next day, 2. Maybe it'll take 3, but I do expect us to get back above 100,000 and start licking 102,000 again. Was that awkward? Yeah, that was awkward. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I want to come back to the chat just a little bit and probably zone out with, oh, look at all, we got so much chat. No chat rate right now with 25 people. Why? You forgot how to type? What? My chat rate died. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Hopefully I shared something of insight and just kind of cool hanging out and not freaking out too much. This is the point of the market. They will try to fake us out. Just be aware of that. Maybe they'll do a good job of it. Maybe they will take us lower. They could be dirty that way, but let's see what they do tomorrow and the next day. Because I got a feeling that at this price at 95,000, oh, there's a bunch of people saying, baby, the bank's open. We're doing the transfer. We're wiring it right now. Coinbase, can you spot me a little bit until we get there? Go ahead and give it to me at 95. Can you do it for an old boy like me? Good old boy. Come on, Brian. You do it for me, right? You don't want me to go cracking, do you? Do I need to call Gary? I thought you'd see things my way, Brian. Pleasure doing business with you, brother. I don't know. Let's see what they buy tomorrow. We got Asia coming in. Man, you got Bitcoin under 100,000 now. That's not going to be the norm. I'm still saying the daily 50 moving average. We got a chance to bounce off of that. Let's see if that happens first before we freak out too much. All right. We got falling price, and we got falling volume. That means that this downtrend, whatever it is getting weak. Reversal's coming. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll see if the turkey is. Will the turkey be chopped up into turkey salad, or will the TA stick? I like the TA. I'm just saying, the TA looks safely. Do you agree? I mean, this channel is really all about the TA. For real, for real. We love TA on this channel. There's nothing like some good TA. Just thought I'd give you an eyeful before you get out. 27 people? Oh, you coming back? And I'm getting really sorry I missed you. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.
Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing.
I know, do chain link.
Favorite season. They said, "Say Nick, what you got up in that bag?" Yeah.
I think I missed some of them.
Racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. They said, "Say Nick, what
We
you
are
got
learning
up
and taking
in that
notes.
bag?"
That's
Yeah.
perfect. Perfect. Love that. Love that.
Neck is frozen. Catch me
May it make you lots of money and change your life for a good way.
Snow is falling. Elfie's calling. Check my list twice. Most of y'all done. Sleigh bells ringing.
Have to sick them angels on you if it doesn't, though.
Carols singing.
Do good with it.
Sleigh bells ringing. Diamonds blinging. Carols singing. Favorite season. They say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah.
Oh, I'm blushing. You're making me blush right now. I'm not golden brown anymore. I'm kind of like a crusty pink.
I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah.
It's really not pretty, but thank you.
Prancer and Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. No, I can't forget about the one with the red nose. When I fly high, my sleigh still stay 10 toes. Bring the beat, bring the cheese, put the lights up. 'Tis the season. Need no Grinch types, no Ebenezer. Don't believe this. Y'all need Jesus. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing. Favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing. Favorite season. They said, "Say Nick, what you got up in that bag?" Yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. They said, "Say Nick, what you got up in that bag?" Yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. They said, "Say Nick, what you got up in that bag?" Yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. They said, "Say Nick, what you got up in that bag?" I got racks in my sack, hurt my back. Merry Christmas.